The Lord is seeking deep intimacy from His people. What does it mean to have intimacy with the Lord? It means to walk in His footsteps and to be one with the Spirit of the Lord, in union, in prayer, and in reading His Word, becoming Him, so that no one sees you, but they see all of Him. He wants to replicate Himself, walking on this earth, drawing the people to Him that have made the choice to turn a blind eye to Him. But we need to come into the place of intimacy where we lay aside our flesh and we surrender so that His light will shine brightly, so that they can no longer turn a blind eye, but rather have a curious look, like, what is that? And when they turn and they look and they see the light that's emanating from you because you've surrendered everything to Him, they'll be drawn. We need to start living our lives as living examples of Christ. Not talking like the world or walking like the world, blending in, but being set apart. When you walk in the light of His Word and in the light of His counsel, by spending time with Him, surrendering and listening to His still small voice, it becomes louder. Louder to the point of like listening to someone speaking right in front of you. It no longer becomes small and still because you have crucified the flesh. His voice becomes everything. Do you want to hear Him like you're hearing me right now? Loudly in your spirit? Then surrender is what it takes. And it's not easy. The pulls of the world for fleshly things and time wasters is strong. And it doesn't mean that you can't have fun and you can't enjoy the earth, because God put us here to enjoy the earth, but it has to do with what consumes you 100%. Does everything that you're having fun in consume you? Or is it balanced? The church needs to learn how to balance the things of the Spirit and the things of the world, rather than merging the world with the Spirit and having the world take over with a fake spirituality. I can guarantee there were lots of fun things in Jesus' day that He probably did. He played dreidel or growing up, things like that. Played with the kids. But the majority of His whole life was spreading the kingdom on earth. Because even though things can be done to fellowship and be fun, we were put here for a purpose. There will be a time and a season for everything. And in the new heaven and the new earth, we'll have lots of fun. And we won't have to evangelize because we'll all be of the same spirit. But right now, for the time that we're here on earth, we need to remember to keep and maintain focus by living our lives as living examples of Christ. And we need to spend time where we wait upon the Lord until His presence is made known. Not saying a short prayer, reading a chapter or a book in the Bible, and saying that you're done, but actually waiting for Him to show up. It would be like as if you had a friend on the phone and you were talking with him and you were reading the Bible with him, but he was on his way. He wanted to have lunch with you, but you're talking with him on the phone. It took like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and his trip is a 2-hour drive, so he's got another hour. He's on his way. But you decide, you know what? I'm done. And you hang up the phone. And he was halfway there. Too many people in the church don't respect his time, or yearn or hunger for him enough, and his heart hurts. He just wants you to fulfill your destiny and to fulfill your purpose. And to be a friend. He's calling everyone. Will you answer the call? Now there's people in the church that go to church on Sundays and feel the move of the Spirit, speak in tongues, operate in healings and signs and wonders. And that's great, but that doesn't define relationship. That's just a birthright given to those who are called. Like a handyman who has a tool bag because it's what's given to him when he becomes a handyman. like what's given to you when you become a Christian. It doesn't mean he talks to his boss every day. Or goes out to lunch with his boss. Maybe every now and then talks to him. And that's why Christ said, "But didn't I cast out demons in your name? Didn't I heal the sick?" And then he said, "I never knew you." Because those are the people who are just using the tools that were given to them for whatever reason, without actually seeking him deeper. The church needs to come to a point where we can lay aside our agendas and go back to the simplicity of the gospel and the simplicity of devotion, to where we can actually lay on our face with no thoughts of a schedule like it is now in our lives. We need to set aside, and we live our daily lives. We have to go to work, things like that, but we need to set aside a time. Even people with families on a day off, the whole family just join together, spend all day before him. It's fun to have adventures in the kingdom. And you can even have a heavenly visitation. You never know what he can do. Don't limit God and don't put him in a box, because anything is possible with God. Satan has done a really good job pulling people away from personal time and into the things of the earthly plane. But that's where you need to make the choice. It's just love. And if you truly love him, you'll want to be with him. You and him and you. We need to learn how to start becoming who we were meant to be, because all of creation is groaning, waiting. And once the collective body of the church awakens, and realizes who they are, and does this collectively, seeking him while he may be found, then the glory of the Lord will rise upon his church. And we, as sons, will step into our inheritance. The Lord has been waiting 2023 years to return, to give enough time for his people to awaken to the fullness of their destiny. We need to come to the crucifixion of our flesh and to the awakening of our spirit, to have our own rapture, so to speak, being caught up within ourselves in the kingdom of heaven, following him before he will do anything physically, because everything happens first in the spirit before it happens in the natural. So he's waiting for the church to arise in a spiritual rapture within themselves, to the awakening of the sons of God, to come into a deep intimacy with him and into deep prayer with him and into union with him before it manifests in the physical plane. Because it's on earth as it is in heaven. So I hope what I've said stirs your heart and ignites the fire within your spirit to run to him and run into his arms, spend more time with him, walk in his footsteps, and start doing what you see the Father doing. Amen.
Amen.